Well, we're back in the kitchen for recipe number 4.
Yep.
For the two of us here. And I gotta tell you, I'm totally impressed so far because we've been wrapping stuff up here, putting stuff out pretty quick, and it was pretty simple, and I'm excited. So what do we got now?
So we're gonna do mussels.
Okay.
Now, mussels usually we do it pretty simple. You might just boil them or just do a little bit of vinegar, not vinegar, some white wine and garlic. We're gonna do something a little bit wild today. We're gonna do a maple curry mussel dish with beer.
With beer. One thing I can say is I've never cooked mussels or ate mussels that were not boiled.
Right.
Never have.
Yeah.
So this is neat.
So this is, and of course the sauce when we do our mussels, that's the best part. So you're dipping all the bread. So this sauce is awesome. So we're gonna start with some butter. So we'll do, and again, this is not a recipe to be shy with the butter. We're putting in some whipping cream in this recipe too. So put in a good chunk. And so this sauce recipe can do 3 to 5 pounds of mussels. So you can kind of vary it how much liquid you want, how much sauce you want, and how much mussels you have.
And I have to ask, what kind of butter is that?
Yes.
Cow's butter.
Yeah. We got all the dairy. We still got our ADL cream we're gonna put in, and so that's gonna be awesome. Okay, so the next step, what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna pass the spoon to you. You're gonna pop in our white onion.
So a whole spoonful? You
Yeah,
think,
let's
or
go a nice big spoonful. Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I like that. Perfect. And so we're gonna just kind of saute that. We want to cook it. We're not trying to get color, but we're gonna cook it through so they become translucent, so you can kind of see through those onions. We'll get that going. And so what's gonna happen to this once our onions get a little, we call it sweated. So we're gonna sweat our onions. We're gonna add some curry paste, some maple syrup, our butter, and our cream. Then we're gonna make our sauce, and we're gonna add our mussels. So when we're buying our mussels, it's really important that we're making sure that our shells are closed. And it's always a good sign if they feel heavy for its size. So again, just like our oysters, we want to make sure that the meat is plump. And right now, the mussels are incredible. They're quite full. So here we have a nice one. If there's any beards, which we usually don't see them really on mussels anymore from PEI, so I'll just give it a quick check. If you see anything like that, you can just pull them off.
That's one thing we are well known for is our mussels and PEI.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go in the world. People say, are those PEI, those small?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you go. I know you go. Like when I'm in Chicago or if I'm traveling elsewhere, they always have PEI mussels, and so sometimes people think that it's a brand, and it's like, no, that's where I live. So
yeah.
You have to always make a comment about it. I'm like, these mussels, where I live, kind of nice. So I've cut the onions really small here. You want to try to get it as small as you can, but don't panic about it if you can't get them really tiny like we did. We want to make sure that whatever size you're cutting your onion, that they become translucent. You don't want it to be crunchy and have that raw taste. That's all there is to it. Nothing too complicated. So next, I'm going to use some Madras curry paste. You can use whatever curry paste you like. And we're going to add in a spoon of that. And I think there's some garlic right there beside you.
Yeah.
You pop that in. Okay. Things are starting to happen.
You can smell the curry.
Okay, and you want to pass me the maple syrup now.
Maple syrup.
So a little bit of sweet heat. I really love this. And this is, again, maple syrup we got from PEI. We'll add a good glug. Now we're going to bring that together. So what's going to happen, the maple syrup is going to get bubbly, and we're going to cook that curry paste out. Wonderful. Yeah.
I love maple syrup.
And that's what's really nice about this sauce. It's kind of sweet, a little bit spicy. And again, you could even make this sauce. You could dip lobster in it. You could dip crab in it. It's really, really nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this is kind of a good sauce base. And so we need a little bit of brightness and a little bit of acidity. So what we're going to do, we're going to add in some beer. And I see we've got some Lone Oak.
We have some local beer from down the road, Lone Oak beer, in Gateway Village.
Yeah, and so we want to use here something like a Pilsner, anything that's light. You don't want to put a stout or anything too strong, like an IPA, but a Pilsner, a lager, Just something nice and local, your favorite local suds. I'll add in, you put about half a can, so half for the mussels, half for you. You need some for the cook, right? That's always good. And so we'll cook that down just a little
Before we
bit.
get out shot glasses?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we can totally do that. And so we'll cook the beer just a little bit to get the liquid reduced just a little bit, and then we'll add in our cream, and we'll add in our mussels. So it's pretty straightforward. Again, really simple, good quality ingredients. That's all you really need to showcase these fantastic mussels. And you can, what I like to do is actually do a mussel party. So you can have 4 different sauces, and everyone brings in like a baguette, and then you just put it on the table. You have 4 different types of mussels, and you just enjoy all of them. It's an amazing way to do a party, and it's so affordable.
I wonder what we're gonna have Friday night.
The mussel feast is great. And so we're gonna add in, we've got about a cup of whipping cream here. And so we'll add that in. And if you want, you can turn that heat up just so we can cook the sauce down a little bit quicker. And
I'm always scared of burning something on the stove.
Yeah.
Always.
yeah, and so once this comes up to a boil, which shouldn't take too long.
You can really smell it.
Yeah. Actually, just fire it right up onto high. You're all good. Yeah. Because we need that high heat when we're doing our mussels as well. We'll help steam them open. And these mussels will take about 7 minutes to cook. And we want to make sure those mussels open nice and wide. We don't want them just a little bit open. You want them to open up nicely. And that's pretty much it. And so we can add in our mussels once this comes to a boil. We'll just have to give it a minute. So when you do your mussels, you said you boil them. What else? How else do you eat them?
Actually, I only put in a big pot. I only put maybe about an inch or so of beer.
Right.
And then I like to make the vegetables big, like the celery and the carrots and the onions.
Yeah.
Clean them all off and skin them, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then big chunks.
Yeah.
And I find the bigger the chunks of the vegetables in it, it tastes better. And then you can always use the celery or the carrots. That's what, something big to eat.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how my brother and I, we made them. We had our lobster feed. We did a couple of servings of mussels to start off the meal. That's exactly what we did. We did some butter, we did some beer, the celery, onion, and carrot. So you can do that. The classic is always a good thing. So now
and there's always butter too. After, right? Butter.
Butter's key. Okay, so now we see it's nice and bubbly. So we're gonna add in our mussels.
Oh my goodness.
And well, here I'm just gonna add in half of these green onions here, and a little bit of fresh parsley, and a little bit of.
So keep on stirring.
Keep on stirring so we get all those mussels coated, almost like we're making a salad. Same idea. Everything needs to be covered. Once we get them all covered, we'll pop our lid on, let them do their magic. That looks beautiful. And now we wait.
You keep the heat turned up like that?
Keep the heat turned up nice and high. 7 minutes will be good to go.
7 minutes, and we're back. Thanks.